Good morning. Good morning, big girl. Good morning. It has been a while since we've done one of these. Good morning and happy Vlogtober day 2. It's like 3:40 in the morning and I am exhausted. I had such a rough night's sleep. Ugh. I don't know, it comes and goes. I think it's my age. I'm being quiet because Art is still asleep. Maggie is, of course, where she always is. The house is a mess from the weekend. What a weekend. I have been so busy. When am I not busy though, right? I don't know about anybody else, but when I wake up in the morning and I come downstairs with all the Halloween decorations, they're upstairs too. If I forget that it's up because it's still so soon, I forget that it's up and it kind of freaks me out a little bit because I'm like, what's that? But I'm the one that put it there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've worked on my entryway over the weekend and it's almost done. That was the last bit for me. I do need to hang the witches' hats on the porch. That'll be done because I tweaked the porch yesterday, so. Maggie's so weird, look at her. I see you. What are you doing, you weirdo? What are you doing? What are you doing, Mags? You crazy dog. You crazy dog. It is a mess in here. That's why she can't have long hair, because if she does that when she has longer hair, she looks like she just came out of the dryer, and it mats really bad because she does it over and over again, and every time she does it, it tangles beyond repair. She's looking at me. Yes, I'm telling you. So anyway, I'm almost done with, you know, the entryway and the porch, and then I'll be done. And it's really not much left to do. It's just very, very little bit. Just tweaking. Of course, the living room's a mess, but we live in here. We spend every evening in here with Maggie, you know, watching TV, eating dinner. Yes, we eat dinner on the couch because we're old and we've earned the right to eat dinner in the living room every night. Isn't that funny? Okay, so Vlogtober. For those of you that are new, you might not know what I do during Vlogtober. This is my first Vlogtober, by the way. I've done Vlogmas, and I enjoyed it. I gained the most of my faithful tribe during Vlogmas. That's the time that I saw the most growth in my, what I like to call my base people. And you know who you are. You, I don't know. It's a chance for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. Aside from the decorating, aside from the home staging, you get to know me and my, you know, a little bit about my life, a little bit more during a vlog situation than other types of videos. And so for Vlogtober, you're basically going to see this every morning, and then I'm going to check in throughout the day, and you're going to see what's kind of going on. so that's kind of how that's going to go, or how this is going to go. This week, what do we have going on? Well, there's only 4 weekends in October, and we pretty much have something planned every weekend because it is our most favorite time of the year. We love it. There's so many fun things to do, so many fun traditions we have, and this is the time of year that traditions, they are in full force through the end of the year. And I think that's what makes part of this time of year so special, is because traditions give you that sense of warmth and connection to those that you love. And there's no other time other than the fall and leading into winter that traditions are the most present, at least for us. So I think that's why I love this time of year so much. Anywho, back to what I was saying. As the coffee brews, and I desperately need coffee this morning. This weekend coming up is apple harvest. So we will be going to our favorite farmer's market, and we will be celebrating by attending their apple harvest festival. The kids and all of us are going. It's a family affair. So I'm excited to take you guys along for that. That's happening Saturday. I'm so excited. Cannot wait. This is also the week that we get our pumpkins and our mums. So excited. And other normal stuff that's going on this week. Well, big news. I'm moving offices. So I have fought tooth and nail to move my office for the last 6 years. I've had the office that I picked out in the very back of the building. It's quiet for the most part, and nobody even knows when I come and go. It is the best. But they want me, I'm in finance, I'm in admin. So they want me to be with the rest of my team in the front of the building. So they're moving me up there. I don't know how I feel about this. I've liked being an island unto myself for so long because nobody else in the company does what I do. I am the only person that is a medical billing specialist, and I am the only one that knows what I do and does what I do, and it's not exactly the best thing. They've been working on getting me as assessor, but no one wants to learn what I do. They start and then it just fizzles out. Not my problem. Not my problem. They're going to have to figure out who's going to take over when I retire. But in any case, I'm moving offices, and I'm not, let's put it this way. Oh goodness, 60-40. I'm 60% not wanting to do this. I'm 40%, it's about time I knew it was coming. And it's a little bit nicer of an office. It's smaller, but it's nicer. So I typically decorate my office for the holidays. I wasn't going to do it this year because I am more, I'm more remote than I was in previous years. And so it just didn't make sense to me. But I have an office neighbor now, where my new office is, who seems to think that he's the king of Halloween, and I can't let that happen. So I shot my basement, pulled out some of my good stuff that I wasn't using here at the house, and I'm going to show up today. So I'm going to go in extra early, which is why I think I'm up before 4. I usually get up at 4 a.m. I'm up before 4 a.m., but also partly because this new lovely little diverticulitis thing I'm slowly incorporating foods again, because at first I wasn't eating, like, I was not eating anything other than like yogurt, jello, soup, that kind of stuff. Things that I knew 100% that would give me what I needed, but yet not hurt my stomach. Well, I'm slowly incorporating and trying to go back, because I kind of have to. I need to find out what it is that's triggering flare-ups and what's not. And I had mixed vegetables last night, and that was a really, really bad idea, because I do not feel well this morning. My stomach is telling me that is a no, 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 no. We're not doing that again. But I love vegetables. I do. And typically cooking them and making them mushy, which is kind of what I did, should be okay. But because it was a mixed vegetable, and it was just a frozen mixed vegetable bag, and we put it over rice, and we had some chicken. It was a very healthy meal. But the mixed vegetables had a lot of corn, and corn is a no-no for me. I love corn, but it is a no-no for me. So my stomach is very sore. It's not like upset, nauseous kind of feeling. It's sore. It's like my muscles are saying, And for those of you that might not know, diverticulitis is a digestive system disease. And I just can't digest foods like the average person. So I have to be extra careful, because flare-ups are no joke. So anyway, hopefully my stomach will calm down. I'm sure this coffee ain't going to help, but I'm going to sit here, sip some coffee. Maggie's under the blanket. Those of you that have been with me for a while and we did Vlogmas, you remember this. Maggie is in the blanket. She's just a lump on my lap. She keeps me warm, and I love it. She knows when the coffee's done, because she will pop her head back out and look at me like, time for coffee, and we prance over to the coffee pot. She is the absolute best thing in the world. I just love her. I don't know what I'd do without her. Oh, I just love her. Okay, so that is where we are right now, and I will check in later today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to film any of my office or anything. I try not to film anything at work. I've only done it a couple of times when no one has been there. I can't take a chance on having any PII, personal identifying information, from me or anybody that we work with. So that's why I typically will not film anywhere near my job, unless there's like nobody there and it's strictly like just my personal office or something. But I will try to show you what my office looks like before and after. We'll see how that goes. But I'll probably check in on the drive home. I've got to drop some things off to my daughter after work. And then we're gonna have steak-ups for dinner. One of my favorite dinners ever. And when I get home, I'm going to tweak some more in the foyer. And another good thing about Vlogtober is you guys get kind of a behind the scenes of what my house really looks like when it's not staged. Just saying. I'm real, I'm normal. We live in this space and it's not always clean. It's not always pretty. But that's okay. Alrighty, I hope you guys have a wonderful morning. And I will check back in this evening. I should be on my way to work, but I can't find my keys or my fob to the office. So I'm going to sit back down and wait till somebody emails me back at work to tell me that they have a master key to let me in my old office. So much for getting an early start. Alrighty, so I'm going to be stuck in traffic for a good bit. I am leaving work now. I'm flushed because it's been one of those days. So I was supposed to be moving my office today. Well, parts of it today. And I had a plan.
but because I lost my keys and that put me late getting into work, I waited for my best friend to get there so that we could time it so I could walk in with her, so I would go in on her fob. And then my maintenance request got lost today, so facilities had no idea that I needed. In the office that I'm moving to, there was a set of shelves low to the ground, and then there was a desk that's bigger than mine, and then there was also a what do you call it? A round table, like a massively big round table, and 2 big armchairs sitting right there in the middle of the room. So I was like, that had to be moved so that I could bring my bookshelves and my stuff in. It was hard to move around. So I had requested those things be moved out, and then of course, like I said, that maintenance request got lost. They're testing a new QR code. Gee, I keep thinking there's something under my foot. They're testing a new QR code, and apparently it doesn't work. But here's the blessing in all of that. My keys were on my desk when I got into work, so I technically did not lose them. I found out about the move Thursday, and it kind of threw me off because my supervisor and I were walking in the office, and she was saying, okay, what do you want to keep? Do you want to keep this desk? Do you want a new desk? What do you want? And so it just kind of threw me off, and I was really out of my routine. And I took my badge off and laid it on my old desk in my old office while I was moving some of my regulatory binders over, and things that I knew I wasn't going to need today I was moving over. And I did not pick them back up when I left work. So, but thankfully it was there. And so that happened. And then this whole maintenance, the other positive was that Kyle, who is an executive assistant there, he helped me move the table and chairs. And my best friend and Sam, they moved my bookshelf, my printer, and my printer table for me. And then I was able to move all of my other smaller things, my monitors, all that kind of stuff I was able to move over. So all that is left, they need to replace the light bulbs in that office because there's only one light bulb, so there's not a lot of light. And since I do finance, I need light. I need to be able to see my monitors and transfer data and all that kind of stuff. And then I also need my computer itself, the hard drive. I need that moved over. I did not disconnect that because it's attached to my phone. My phone line is like a special jack thing, so I didn't want to mess with any of that, so I took over what I could and left all of that there. So that's the positive. Okay, that's the positive. I am moved in. Everything got done today ahead of what I had planned, so I'm happy about that. I do need to email Bill and Jake and John and let them know that I no longer need them to do any of that. I just need that other stuff done. And it could get done tomorrow while I'm not in the office, which is great. That way, when I come in on Wednesday, I can be up and running, which maybe that'll happen. That's also a positive. I'm trying to think of the positives. But then after work, I'm hot, I'm sweaty. They did not tell me that the front offices are there's a saying that's in my head that's not appropriate for me to say, so I'm not going to say it. But you'll get the gist when I say it is hot as Hades in there. And I did not realize that the front offices were so stinking hot. My office is cool. It is always cool. And I would rather it be cold and me put on a sweater and have layers than to be sweating. I don't like to sweat. So that's a problem. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. This move was not something I wanted to do. I don't know if I mentioned that. This was something that I was told I needed to do. They want me to be with my team. So it is what it is. I'm doing it. I'm going to be positive about it. It's going to be okay. And my team really was like, it was odd because normally I'm a loner and I don't need a lot of human interaction at work. I visit with Candy. Candy's my best friend. Of course I'm going to talk to her. So whenever I need a break, I just walk over to her office. She walks over to mine. You know, it is what it is. But it's nice and discreet and everything. And, you know, it's quiet. My little realm of the world is quiet. This traffic is no joke, people. It is no joke. No joke. Anyway, so there must be an accident or something up here. This is an area that notoriously backs up every day at this time, which is why I try to avoid it. But there was no avoiding it today. Anyway, so I got everything moved. That's a positive. I'm glad about that. I don't even remember where my train of thought was with that. I am not going to be able to, probably by the time I get home, I'm not gonna feel like, because I'm looking at hours at this point sitting in traffic. Let me turn you around. I'm looking at hours of sitting here and I need to get over in that lane. I'm finally moving. I had to stop recording for a little bit so I could get maneuvered in and get to the highway, and I'm there. So I should be home shortly. I'm not going to have a lot of time to edit or anything like that, and I'm not going to film anymore today because I'm exhausted and I need to decompress. I need to call the day done. So you're going to get this. The only thing I was able to edit was to put my little teeny blurb of somewhat of an intro in there. Before I left work this morning, I started piecing that together. I'm thinking I could edit during the day as I went to make it easier, but and by edit I mean I'm just putting the pieces together. If there's any, like, if I capture things, sometimes I'll capture something and it'll be the camera sideways or the wrong angle, and I'll just cut that out because nobody wants to see me on my side. But anyway, for the most part it's unedited. I'm not going to add end cards, not going to add a subscription blurb, none of that. I'm strictly just going to upload and you get to see it as it is. And because the whole purpose is for you to get to know me a little bit better and what my life is like, and to understand and see that I'm a nobody. I'm just somebody that likes to decorate. I have a full-time job. I'm a full-time mom. I'm a full-time wife. I'm a full-time friend. And I have life happen to me like it happens to each of you. I am no different. I am no better. I am no different. And so, you know, that's the whole purpose of me doing it, for you to see that I'm a real person. You know, sorry for the glare. Can't control that. So I'm going to go ahead and just call it a day. I'm going to get this uploaded as soon as I pull into my garage, hit that upload button, be done with it, and we're going to do this all again tomorrow. But I want to say that I'm going to stay positive. That's the key to being, you know, protect your peace, protect your positivity, protect your peace. Do what makes you happy, do what you need to do each day to make you feel like you are worthy of existing, that you are worthy of this life that you've been given, and see everything. Wake up tomorrow. If you've had a day like mine, we're going to wake up tomorrow and it's a new day, it's a new perspective, it's a new opportunity to do something, see something, be something new, fresh, and good. That's how we're going to put good back into this world, and that's how we're going to keep good in us. So until tomorrow, when we do it all again, I'll see you then. Bye.